Okay, so, yes, I was talking about how much I love the game, and I'm going to keep doing that in a minute here, but we are at the secret battle. This is something I'm going to attempt. I don't know if I'll win or not. This is essentially a boss rush battle. There's a few prism flowers, but most of the enemies here are all former bosses. So you saw, here we have the king. Here we have Camila and Zalbard. There's Geshp. Got some more prism flowers. Lemon, there's Zeon's head and Gallum. Are they as powerful? Oh, it looks like they are just as powerful. Yep. Zalbard. Oh, there's Odd-Eye. So I'm going to attempt this battle. I don't think we have to worry about the prism flowers all that much. None of them are up there where Zeon will be. So we're gonna try this out, and I'm gonna keep talking about how much I love this game. Oh, real quick, there is one more thing before I get too far ahead. So this is the map where we picked up Claude, and we warped between the two areas. Well, guess what happens when you actually look at the map? It's Sonic. There's his pointy finger on the left. There's his spines. We're on his feet. We're playing on a giant Sonic the Hedgehog. Another just fun fact. So, going on about what I was talking about with this game and why it's so good. The sprites and the characters are all wonderfully colorful. Now, at some point in the future here, for the channel, once I've given it some time, I might play the... I've talked about Shining Force Resurrection of the Dark Dragon, the Game Boy Advance remake of Shining Force 1. In a purely visual, audio, and heck, I would even say a little bit in like terms of content, it is a vast improvement over even this game. Now, this game has a plus over the original Shining Force. If it was in ranks, I would go the original Shining Force at the bottom, Shining Force 2, and then Resurrection of the Dark Dragon, because Resurrection of the Dark Dragon is really good. It doesn't have things like the items to make specialized classes, and so obviously things like the Sorcerer aren't around, but it does have its own cast of really good characters. It's just a lot of fun. Hi, Willard. You're giant. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You are trying. Oh, honey. I'm going to enjoy being the shit out of that king. It does, but Resurrection of the Dark Dragon does have improved visuals. It's still pixel art, but it's Game Boy Advance level art, so it's really good. That was 83 damage. That was unnecessary. That was almost like cruel. It has, you know, the music is all obviously redone. Camelot did a really good job with making everything just sound good. By the way, if you're familiar with Camelot, a lot of the developers from who made this game went on to form Camelot, which is why a lot of the later Shining series artwork looks very similar to oh, poor rat. Another rat just cut him in half. A lot of it looks similar to the early Golden Sun art, so you have a kind of crossover there. Oh, blow the fuck out of that king. Oh, you ugly motherfucker. I love how King Gollum is just the king. It's hilarious to me. What else? Resurrection of the Dark Dragon has a card collecting side quest, which is actually very fun, because the cards are all interesting and helpful, and has to do with one of the 3 brand new characters. It's just a really great game, and it's that and this are part of the reason why I'm just sad to see this game series not continue. Now, it has continued. It has continued in the form of the Shining series. In fact, this will probably be uploaded after it, but the newest Shining game, which is Shining Resonance Refrain, will be out. This, you know, and like I said, it'll be out by the time this airs. And of course, if you're watching it from the future, it'll be out for a while. That's a game I'm thinking about doing. I'm not 100% set on it. It's going to depend on a couple of factors. But we'll see. And it's completely different. And that's part of the reason why I want to play it, because I do feel a little biased. While there is some anime inspiration from this in this game, clearly from the art style and some of the characters, the Shining series has almost become complete, like, really trash anime. Like, we're talking some bad anime stuff here. And it's also switched its roots from hack and slash, dungeon crawls, and JRPGs. So I'm interested if a series that's gone from strategy to JRPG might have a better story. Maybe the story's really good, which is why I'm curious. I want to know if my biases are founded or not. So that's why you might be seeing it on the channel sometime in the future here. Plus, it'll give me a new game for my Switch. That's another reason why I want to buy it. I still, though, even if I play it and it ends up being perfectly fine, you know, I have to be 100% honest. I really wish games like the games would return to this kind of format. I'd like to see a little healthy competition for the Fire Emblem group. It's a sort of thing where it just feels different, and there's not a lot I can really say as to why. You know, every boss feels original and new. Sarah's gonna get punked. Oh no, she managed to hold on. I'm surprised. Too bad Dow didn't, or Alice doesn't have a wider range. The sprite work, the way this screen looks different, you know. There's one of the things about this game with the characters that it does have that are similar. Most of my forces, if I have two of the same class, are palette swaps. This is true, much like in games like Fire Emblem, which is why Resurrection of the Dark Dragon is so much better, because it actually manages to, well, fuck you too, Gash. It manages to make each individual character look different. So the armor is a different shape, not just a different color, it's shaped differently. Different helmet, different the lances look different, the shields look different. You know, there's 2 or 3 different dwarves in that game, and each one of the armors looks different. You know, wow, how many turns does Gesh get to go? He is on fire. Can I one-shot Gesh? That would be fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something. There's something about this game has this charm to it that I just love to pieces. And I will probably never stop talking about how it deserves to return to its strategy roots and have a full-fledged game the way that this one does. You know, I will shout it every time and I love Fire Emblem, don't get me wrong. And I know that this series does have its flaws. You know, with Fire Emblem being as tactically minded as it is, you can plan everything pretty much down to a T. You know, but at the same time, I like the idea of having the characters move according to a speed, not just it's our turn, then it's their turn. I like that little nugget of unpredictability in a way. I get frustrated at it, but like I don't get frustrated when I like, all right, this guy's can't move, so I'm just gonna gang up on him and have everyone kill him. You know, I wouldn't have things like that last boss where I almost died. You know, and it's not even just about, you know, how many times have we had a situation where it's like he goes, but he attacks, and then oh, but I miss, and then I attack him, and then oh, you know, who's winning? I don't know. That sometimes happens. It sometimes happens in games like in a game like Fire Emblem, but it's. I have a flower shooting me right now. And sure, Fire Emblem is known for a class of characters who turn into giant animals, but that's become so common now. You know what the first game has? It has an armadillo man in a steam-powered Iron Man suit. Like, what more do I need to say? Really? What more needs to be tacked on than armadillo steam-powered Iron Man? It has an octopus that casts ice magic. I mean... It has hidden extra special secret costumes available for certain characters. It has fun stuff that only now recently is Fire Emblem getting into, because Fire Emblem Fates had, like, you could add costume bits on top of the models and they looked terrible. Like, comparatively, they looked awful. I'm probably gonna lose because they're gonna gang up on Bowie. Oh, I can get one more Raijin in. Probably should have attacked Odd Eye. Oh, as for, like I mentioned before, the guiding games, I really don't have any real compulsion to play those for a couple of reasons. The main one being that they're not really fully fleshed out games. Those games, they're good, but they were initially made with being on the Game Gear in mind. The Sega Game Gear. Oh, he's sleeping. I'm fucked. They put me to sleep and now they're gonna gang up on me. Yep. Oh, well, he's casting D-Soul, so... Yep. Well, it was a valid attempt. It was a valiant attempt. But we're gone. We're done. Ah, well. I'm fine. It's a bonus level with a boss rush. I'll let... Nah, I'm not going to play this out. So, Shining Force 2. The Shining series is great. I'm going to see what I can do for continuing this series. If you watch this playthrough and you've enjoyed it, by all means, let everyone know. Play this yourself. It's on Steam. Go down to your local used game shop, find a copy of Resurrection of the Dark Dragon, play it on your Game Boy Advance or your emulate it. Honestly, just emulate it. If you can't find a copy, it is worth it. Spread the word. We need to bring Shining Force back properly. All right, guys. With one last look at the start screen, I'm going to see you guys next time.